Hi, lovelies. You're welcome to the first episode of What Do You Have to Say About It? I am super, super excited. My name is Swanta, and I am your host, will be your host, continue to be your host for the entire show. So be ready to see my face continuously. Ah, I mentioned this in the introduction. If you haven't watched the introduction video, you could just go to the previous post before this one. I made some introduction about what the show is about and everything. But just for the sake of emphasis, what I'll say about it is a lifestyle motivational kind of show. I'm talking about a lot of matters, right, rising from your emotions to seeking inner peace to love to self-esteem, building your confidence, and everything basically that has to do with making you achieve that goal of living the real you, the authentic you. Because I've come to realize that there are a lot of people out there that do not really live their real self. I, for one, I wasn't that category, and it's not like I'm all clean, but I'm still in the process. At least I can say I'm better than I was, and I wouldn't have gotten there without getting to know. So that's the push behind this show. I just felt, Swanta, if you were able to heal from this emotional trauma you've been facing, why don't you share with people? Why don't you do something that would more of make this known to people, so there are persons out there that really need to know that they can actually live their real you, they can actually have their peace of mind, they can actually be confident in themselves, they can actually control their emotions. Yeah, so I was like, okay, let me do it. Okay, let's go into it, and we're here. So that's the whole reason behind this. What you have to say about it is not just about me, it's actually more of you. Yeah, it's actually more of you. I'll just be listening and then giving you what I have, right? What I've experienced, what has worked for me, while you would just be sharing yours with me. So it's actually me and you. So it's not just about me. I won't just be doing the talking. Although we'll be having visitors come join us for talks, but not every time. Rather, we'll be going into the streets more often. You get information, to get ideas, to get even more knowledge from people around, just to get opinions from people, to know what they have to say about a certain matter. So I will be going out more often. And also the comment section, which is always open for you to air your views, say what you want to say, but please, it is a no verbal violence zone. No form of oppression, no insults, no cross words. Whatever you have to say it respectfully. I would appreciate that, because this is a love zone, right? We are healing, we are actually getting clean. So this is a love zone. Thank you very much for understanding that. That being said, let's go straight to today's talk. Yes. And guys, this is going to be more fun. So there's no formal thing here. So don't expect the okay. No, this is a fun place. This is a real place. So I'm just gonna be myself. Yeah, and you're gonna be yourself. So we'll just be gisting basically. Because I'm coming here as a friend. I'm not coming here as a therapist or as an official person. No, yes, that's just it. So I just make your mind prepare for that, because quiet person, yes, but at the same time, I like where everywhere is lively. So this is gonna be a lively show, right? And I like being myself. So you're gonna get to see the part of me that is extremely natural. I'm gonna be just extremely free. I'm making this known now. Disclaimer. Okay, yes, guys. So that's basically what you have to say about it is about. It's about you. It's about me. It's about our emotions. Our emotion matters. It's about there are rising matters in the country, in the world, right? It's about emotional control. I already said this, so this is just basically what all it's about. And I really do hope you enjoy it, and I look forward to relating with you guys more every time. And you all will be addressed as my lovelies. So when I say lovelies, no, I'm talking to you. Yeah. I'll not always be saying what I'm saying about it. So it is WDYSIT show. So when I say WDYSIT, you know I'm talking about what you have to say about it. Okay. Thank you. Remember last week was Father's Day. Last week Sunday. Happy Father's Day now, yes. So I said, okay, it would be nice to start my first episode with a talk on fatherhood. So that's why I decided to do that. Last week Sunday, I went into the street and we asked a few questions about what people thought about the Father's Day, what that day was. There was a certain person that did not even know what the day was. Just today.
Today,
Just say
today is Sunday.
Yes, what's today? What's the special day?
It's Sunday.
I'm not here. I'm not teasing. I'm just saying. While some other persons had things to say about it, some persons had some real personal things to say about Father's Day. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing today?
I'm good.
You look
and
gorgeous. I could
Thank
great.
you.
Great gang.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so wow, what are we celebrating today?
It's World International Father's Day.
Oh, World International Father's Day. So tell me, ma, what do you think about Father's Day?
Wow. Fathers are gifts to humanity. Fathers are precious. Fathers are wonderful. Without fathers, just like without mother, there will be no children.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so now, do you think? Look, yeah, woman, if I ask you this question now, you definitely know. You know, there's this thing is that says they celebrate Mother's Day like 5 to 6 times in a year.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
It's good. Mother is supreme, you know.
I know that, right? Okay, that's so good. So tell me, what words of appreciation would you give to your dad?
Wow. Daddy, you are the best. You remain the best. I love you so much. God bless you for being my father.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. What word of appreciation would you give to your father?
Well, I have many father figures. My biological father is gone for like 27 years. And then I have many fathers in various areas, spiritual fathers, mentors in ministry, mentors in business, and people I look up to. So they should just know that men are created by God as providers. So even if they are not appreciated all of the time, they should just do their bit and make sure that they discharge their responsibilities. Whether they are appreciated or not, they should just do what they are supposed to do.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. You also can air your view in the comment section what you think about Father's Day, what you think Father's Day is to you personally, right? So I appreciate it, right? And as I asked if you men get jealous that Mother's Day get to be celebrated like 5 to 6 times in a year, in a month actually. So many persons, Iman was like, he's jealous now, there's too much. So on a lighter note, and you know that they tend to celebrate Mother's Day like 5 to 6 times in this
And
country.
it's so not fair.
Do you feel jealous?
Yes, considering that like they are the reserved ones, and they get to be like celebrated all the time.
I
So
feel jealous you.
yes, so
Okay.
whoever drew up the calendars to like make a review.
Okay. You got to see for yourself. You got to hear for yourself too different opinions of people and different words of encouragement they have for the fathers, right? And I think the most touching one for me was a man that said he didn't really get to understand the role his father played while he was growing up. We didn't really get to know.
No one who had that personal relationship with my father. Being a father taught me a lot of things. I came to understand that though I may not have that personal relationship with my father, but he did his best. His best might not be enough. Yes, I understand now. I didn't understand then when I wasn't a father. I was just a young man growing. It's not my fault too. that I don't have that relationship with him because I didn't see the effort he placed being a father. So I now understand better. He tried his best. So I also want to try my best to be there for my baby and to make my effort recognized so that she wouldn't pick the mother over the father.
They really get to say that in a lot. You ask your dad, why is this thing like this? Why are you doing like this? He tell you, you will not understand. And I'm like, which ones I will not understand? That make me understand now, please. And like, you can't understand. So the more for the fact that okay, you didn't even get to have that connection with your father, but you're willing to build it with your child. It's just it's lovely. It's lovely. So who is a father? A father is a male parent, right? Simple term, simple word. A father is a male parent. But then there are some criterias of fatherhood, right? And please, before I go on, I'd like to place a disclaimer. Mothers are awesome, mothers are great, and I know that in this stage, in this age we are, there are some mothers that are actually perform the duties of both mothers and fathers together, right? So you guys are sweet, you all are lovely, but today we're emphasizing on Father's Day. So mothers, we love you. Mwah. But today is for Father's Day specifically. Okay, so I'm not trying to sideline the women. No, I'm not. I'm just trying to emphasize on the importance of fatherhood in today's session, right? Thank you. So listed out some characteristics of a father, right? According to the Word of God, fathers love their family. Yes, you know, there's this say that the first love a child, especially the girl child. I think even the male child though, but there's emphasis on the girl child. The first love a girl child receives is from the father. You say your father is your first lover. Me, I think after God, after God, your father, right, is your first earthly lover because they show you what love is. What they show you determines what you display outside. If you're a person that wasn't that did not receive love from your father, there's this tendency of having a different mindset about men. You get because you're not used to receiving love, or rather, when love starts coming from the opposite partner, when you're grown, there's a different view. You know, you're like, "Ah, are you serious? Men can love like this, especially when you're coming from a home that the father does not even show love to the mother as well. So when you begin to get loved outside, it's something strange. Like what's going on? And so that they love, you know, that kind of a thing, right? Yeah. So that's it. So fathers are to love their families. You know when the Bible said in Ephesians, I wrote that down. Sorry, I'm not ready to be good with the verse. Ephesians 5 verse 25 that says, "Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for it." Every time I read that scripture, I'm like, if men knew what they were going into, I'm very sure they would stay back. Because when Christ loved the church, he died for the church. Oh. So I'm like, are you ready to die for your person you love? So now, so when the Bible says that, right, it also includes family. Your wife is your first family before the children comes in. So it includes that. So now you as a father loving your family, you have to be sacrificial about it. You have to be selfless. Know that there are a lot of fathers out there that they actually provide for the family. They do the needful, right? You understand? But then loving your family is not just about providing for them. It's also about caring for their emotions. It's also about what's the word now? Having a koinonia, having this intimacy with them. Yes, that's what also matters, you know. So, angle I'm coming from right now about loving your family is not just, yeah, I give my family food now, I provide for my family. No, no, that's where I'm coming from. I'm coming from the angle of how intimate are you with your family? How much do you show, or rather, do you tell your child that you love them? Right? There are some homes that their father can never even tell them, "I love you, my daughter," or "I love you, my son." They can't. But I personally, my father doesn't even tell me I love you. My father is a soldier. So trust me. It cannot, as in, is a war zone. They used to say those kind of words. So I'm like, okay, okay, I understand that. So the times I go to a friend's place and I'm like, I see fathers, then come on, yeah, girl, I love you, giving me a kiss on their forehead. I'm like, wow, that's nice. And when I go back home, I have a discussion with my father. After I was telling daddy I love you. My father will not go reply I love you too. He's a man of war. So at times I get hurt, like just tell me I love, doesn't even tell you I love you too. But I continued to say it. Like I love you. Because I wanted to hear it. Right? But I think it was a time he said it. What did I even do? I can't remember what I did though, but he just said it. And the Omo, I was so glad in my heart. So now you see what that did to me. I was so happy that my dad told me I love you. And I was extremely happy. I couldn't even hold it. I was so joyful. Yeah, because I heard that my father said he loved me. You understand, right? Even though my siblings tell me they love me, I tell them I love you and tell me I love you too. It was different compared to when my father said it. When my father said it, it was just the best. So that's the angle I'm talking about. So how often do you remind your child of the love you have for them? You understand, right? So that is on one side. Then the second characteristic of a father is that the father is a provider. Yeah, father is a provider. So you have to provide for your kids, provide for your family, provide for yourself. I know it's not easy, right? And it's really thumbs up that you're really trying, There's something my pastor said. He said fathers are magic. No, not my pastor, I think. So someone else that said it, or in church. He said my fathers are magicians. And I'm like, he said yes now because before when fathers are leaving the house, the children will go, Daddy, buy me this, Daddy, buy me this. The wife will come, honey, or baby, buy me this. And father's like, okay. Even if at that moment he doesn't have money in his pocket, he will come back home with the things that you've asked him to buy for you. How? It's not magic. So the man ended up saying fathers are magicians. And I was like, okay, you know. So that's it. And yeah, the providing part, fathers are providers, and really thumbs up. You're really trying about that. Then also the last thing I have is fathers are disciplinarians. Yes. They are the one that sets the principles a child should follow, a house should stand by. If a father comes and say, my house is the house of the Lord. Everybody must serve the Lord, right? There's this standing principle. If the father aligns with the mother and they agree on a thing, and like this is what we're setting as guideline for our family, it stands. There's this authority that comes with fatherhood. It just stands. So when it combines it with the motherhood, it just it's a line. It's a I can't even explain it, but it stands. So there's power in it. Yes, there's power. Now the thing now is, how then do you now use your power as a father? Some fathers don't use it well. Some fathers overuse it. Yes, that's where the problem. Some fathers tend to, because okay, they're the head of the house, so they tend to place authority even over their wives, not making their wife have. They put their wife on the same level with their children. So the wife cannot even tell the child what to do because they are like, daddy does not even allow you to even have your own way. So how can you not know what to do? No, that kind of a thing. Yeah, that's it. So when there's no control of that power you have as a father, you tend to lose it. You tend to even lose your home without even knowing. That's what happens. So that's where emotional control comes in. You're able to control yourself as a man of the house, but then also know that there's somebody with you that's meant to be by your side, which is your wife, that also helps you control your home, right? So you being a disciplinarian as a father is actually extremely good. But what do? You set principles, guiding principles. Sincerely speaking, my dad is extremely strict. But then there are some principles that this man has set that I'm living by. That I can't even break it. Because if I do, like when something has been stayed in your head for a very long time, so you can't even break it. That's what I'm talking about. There's some kind of principles you set as a father that stands even while you are gone. Your children can't just break their principles because they are good and they are lasting, tested and trusted. So you being a disciplinarian is not the one that you can't use cane to finish your child. No. And also you don't even have to flog a child to discipline a child. You understand, right? So even a disciplinarian can actually be setting principles, setting rules, and also for your sons, because I feel that fathers have this huge impact on their sons, especially for the child, for the daughter is love, emotions, right? But for the sons, there's this huge impact you have on your son, setting the principles, making him know that this is how you're supposed to be as a man. But you don't have to say to them, your action speaks. The way you behave, the way you do things, it speaks that okay, this is it. I will use my dad for instance now, right? Because my dad is the one I know. My dad, right from time, my dad has not been that irresponsible father. You get, he's not that kind of person. You see that I don't even know, like he does not drink unnecessarily, he doesn't smoke, so my brothers grew up with that I don't know, that's guiding principles. You understand? You can't find my brothers drinking outside irresponsibly. You can't find my brothers smoking. I'm not against the smokers. No, I'm not. I'm just saying, right? You can't find them doing some things that you would term irresponsible. And I feel they got these things from my dad because they've watched him over time. You understand? They've seen how he behaves. So they know that okay, this is not it. You get my point. So that's what I'm talking about. So there's some these little things you do as a father that you might not even count it to be anything. But then your children are watching. They're actually saying you like, okay, daddy does this or daddy doesn't do that. It does not make sense. So and also, how open are you as a father to communicate with your family? Can your wife come to you and be like, babe, something happened today. Oh, let me just gist you. Or your children come to you and say, daddy, it's what happened in school. Or are you the one that's in the boski? The days will near you. Before they know you have to write an application letter first. And daddy, eh, honey, you shouldn't be that kind of a dad. You should be kind of that your wife can come to, your children can come to and like, hey baby, hey daddy, and play around you and talk to you about it. I'm not here to give advice, but I'm just, these are the things I really wished I had that connection with my father to that extent, because that's me, my dad was a bit open, but I think the soldier in him did not allow him to really be free. So some of us, our work has so much gotten into us that I don't know what to call it now. As in, the way you behave at the office, rigid man, hence that's so much entered us that even in the house we display it and we don't know, but we don't even get to know. Yeah, we display it at home. The way let's say you're a boss in your office, so you have your workers respecting you and all of that. Some of us come home and we'll bring it home. There's something Pastor Joel said, Joel Austin. He said when you're at work, whatever it is you've gone through at work, on your way home, you should have a dump outside your door where you dump everything before you enter your house. So you are the boss, you are the this, you are that, you understand? You drop it inside that dumpster. Then you open your door, enter your house as a father. So I think this will be my take home. This will be my end notes today. After the day's activities, after all your position in the office and everything, when you are going home, just create that dump, drop it there, pour it out there. When you pour it out, you enter your house as a loving, God-fearing, wonderful dad and husband. And embrace your family. That makes it better. So don't mistake work for family. They're like this. They're not like this. There's this popular quote I want to end with that says, a father is someone you look up to no matter how tall you grow. Even if you are a father of a 50 years old man, your son still looks up to you. There's some things that it just still looks up to you. The same thing with your daughter. She looks up to you. You get, right? Yes, situations of some person saying, my father will never do that to my mother. You don't understand that. That kind of legacy. My father can never do that to my mother. Things like that. So they still look up to you, no matter how old they are, no matter how grown they are. So I'll plead with you to be that father that your children would look up to anytime, any day. The videos I posted, right, they were just about people expressing their love to their father and how great their father was. Yeah, that's the kind of father you should always move towards being the father that children can boast about you. You get, right? Your home should be the home where God stays in. And definitely God does not stay in a home that is filled with anger. God stays in a place that has intimacy, right? That has love. Yes. If there's no love in your home, I don't think it will be easy for God to over around it. So these few things are what I have to say to our fathers. So please take this as a word from me and every other people's voices you've heard on the video to you as a Father's Day gift. Yes. This brings us to the end of today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd like your sincere comments in the comment section, right? While we look forward to next Friday for another episode. All right, guys. Thank you for staying with me. Love you all. Have a blessed day. And always remember, what do you have to say about it then? Just say it. All right? Your opinion matters. Bye, yeah.